Welcome to the Bottle Poppin' Podcast, where Meg and Heather share their love for oils, friendship, and entrepreneurship. Let's get it poppin'.
Hey everyone, this is Meg.
Hi there, this is Heather.
And we are the Bottle Poppin' Podcast. So before I ask you what we're popping open, we decided to add just kind of a fun component to our weekly podcast. And so we have random questions. So Heather, are you ready for your random question today?
I think I am.
Okay. So the question is, what is your favorite pizza topping?
Okay. Well, I have to say this varies with my mood, just like the oil choices that I make do. But can I share the most interesting topping that I've had that I really surprisingly enjoyed and have recreated on my own?
Yes.
Okay. So when we were in Sweden, we went to a pizza place, and Sweden has an interesting take on pizzas. First of all, they do not cut their pizzas into slices like America does. They just give you the whole pizza. And so when we asked to slice it, pre-slice it, and they looked at us really funny because they're like, no, you just eat it with a knife and a fork. You just eat the pizza. We decided to go out on a limb and try a flavor that we had not been exposed to. And let me tell you, I'm so glad that we did. I can't exactly remember what it was called, but it was curry powder, chicken, regular cheese, mozzarella, I guess. And then it had bananas and peanuts on top. Am I missing anything? No, I think that is all of chicken, bananas, peanuts, curry. And it sounds really strange when you say it out loud or read it, or maybe
so
not.
Strange.
Yeah, it's so delicious. I think cheese and curry and peanut don't necessarily all sound like they fit together, or banana. I guess that could be a weird one for people too. It's delicious. We've recreated it at home. It's so good. And when we went back this next time, we went to the pizza place and specifically ordered this because we enjoyed it so much.
That's awesome. And it was just as good as you remember.
Just as good as we remembered.
That's great.
What is yours? What's your favorite pizza topping?
So I guess I technically have two, because I've got one thing that I love if it's just me, and then something different if Donald and I are eating it together. So if it's just me, I love pesto on my pizza instead of tomato sauce. And then the protein doesn't matter as much, but I've had it both with chicken or with prosciutto. Either one of those is yummy. But then ricotta and fresh arugula and cheese, so good. That is by far my favorite. But if I'm eating it with Donald, then it's always like pepperoni or some type of meat, but pepperoni more often than not. And then green olives. I do not like black olives on my pizza for some reason, but green olives I love. And that seems to be a little different and throws some pizza places off. But yeah, that's my toppings.
Well, funny, because our pizzas side by side look totally different. Yours is like bright, fresh green, and mine is like yellow brown.
Yeah. All right. So what bottle are we popping open today?
We're popping open a bottle from the kids line. This is the Steady blend. And I always forget how much I enjoy this one.
Yeah. What's funny is when we said that we were using this one, I was like, I don't know if I still have that oil. It's been so long since I smelled it. But yeah, it smells amazing. I'm glad I have it.
Yes, this is the grounding blend. And again, the kids' oils are all pre-diluted into roller bottles and then only have 4 essential oils in them. So they are a much more gentle experience for fragile or sensitive skin. My guess is that this would be the replacement for Balance if you really wanted to, just since it was the grounding blend. It smells nothing like Balance. What do you smell first? I'll tell you what's in it in just a second, but what do you smell when you smell this?
I smell sweetness. Like maybe magnolia. Is magnolia in it? Okay.
That's exactly what I smell too. And actually, magnolia is the 4th one. So there is amyris, balsam fir, coriander, magnolia.
Interesting that because I would think all of those other smells would be stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it smells really good.
Yeah, it's really sweet. I smell the magnolia first too, but it does smell really good, and the combination smells really good.
And it's gentle too, which again, that kind of goes with the kids' oil themes, but it's not a overpowering smell at all. In fact, I've put it on my wrist and then felt like I needed to put more on my wrist to be able to really smell it.
That's because the oils we've been using recently, they're so strong. We just need a little bit and you can smell it as soon. But yeah, I put it on my wrist and the back of my neck and I already feel like I'm adapted to it pretty well. So again, steady blend, grounding. And I guess that's mostly when I would use this one. I have used this one before, even though I feel like I tend to reach for some of the other grounding blends more, balance, adaptive, stuff like that, even frankincense. But this is really nice. I think when we first got the kids line, my kids definitely used this one as well. Luckily, my family, we don't necessarily deal with a lot of anxiety issues. And so the grounding aspect is not something that we need to do regularly, even though I'm always happy to have a tool when we do need it.
Right. Yeah. Well, and I definitely, like I said, I couldn't even remember if I still had the bottle, but I think this is going to be another one of those episodes where we talk about the oil and I fall in love with it all over again and start using it daily. Because already I'm putting this on the bottom of my feet as soon as this episode is over to help with the grounding.
Yeah. And I'm going to read straight from the Essential Emotions book because I feel like you and I were having this conversation prior to recording. And then we said, okay, let's go ahead and record our steady episode. And as soon as I read this, I was like, wow, this is really made for us today. So I'm just going to read right from here. I'm going to I'll paraphrase a little bit, but steady offers deeply grounding and centering energy to individuals when they are faced with the unknown. People rarely feel comfortable with circumstances that are out of their control, and the outcome is hard to predict. It's easy to let anxious anticipation disrupt the natural flow of energy and give into fear and sometimes give up. This blend encourages individuals to keep going forward, holding on to the faith that whatever is supposed to happen will happen, even if they don't understand, and to trust that someday the path that they have been walking will be illuminated.
So good. And yeah, like you said, exactly what we both need right now because life is crazy busy. And I'm sure for most of you listening, you feel the same way. So get some of this steady blend.
Yeah, I think if you've got any uncertainty happening and you're kind of feeling a little bit anxious about that or overwhelmed about that, this is a really good blend to use in those circumstances.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Anything else on this oil?
I don't think so. I love all the kids line. It's so gentle and nice smelling.
Mm-hmm. And this literally is gentle enough even for babies. Not that hopefully your baby has stress, but it can help with that too. So just want to point that out. It's fully diluted and everything. So it's ready to use, ready to roll on. It would probably be great just to roll along the spine for a little one as well. We hope that you have enjoyed this episode and learned something new about the Steady Blend. And hopefully you're like me and will start using it more often because I love podcasts like this where I'm reminded of how awesome some of our oils are that I don't normally reach for.
Same.
Okay, well, have a great week. We'll have a brand new episode for you next Friday.
Thanks for tuning in. For more information, you can follow these bottle poppin' ladies at bottlepoppinpodcast.com. Tune in next week to learn about what bottle we're poppin'. Until next time, take care. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This podcast is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease.